A huge welcome. You're in Steve's kitchen. The other day we made a crack pie. Wasn't that absolutely delicious? I promised you in that we take those egg whites and make a classic. So today I'm making an Aussie style Pavlova, but we're going to actually fusion this one up with a delicious German style Black Forest Gateau. So we have the lightness of a Pavlova with the rich darkness of a German Black Forest Gateau. We're going to start off by making our meringues. We're going to add 5 egg whites into a mixing bowl, and then I just want to whisk these up until they're soft peaks. So now I've got these lovely soft peaks. We've got 280 grams, that's about 10 ounces of powdered sugar, and I'm just going to put half of it in and start to mix it through. And now take the last of your sugar, add it into the egg whites, and we want to whisk this for about 10 minutes now until it becomes like a really thick shaving cream. For the perfect Pavlova meringue, you really want to mix this beyond the 5 minutes. It might look thick, but take it until it's as thick as shaving cream. A Pavlova wants a deliciously soft center, almost like a marshmallow cream. So we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of corn flour and a teaspoon of white wine vinegar. Give that one final mix. Next, we're going to take a tablespoon of cocoa powder and we're going to sift it over the top of our meringue. Now importantly, we're going to mix this in, but not too much. We give it 1, maybe 2 or 3 stirs, and you will see bits of loose cocoa powder in there, but that's perfect. Now you can spoon out half of that Pavlova mix and lay it onto a lined baking sheet. And then you just want to shape it out, obviously, into a Pavlova shape. We're taking a disc about 6 to 8 inches in diameter. And you can see the beautiful dusting there of the cocoa powder, which is really going to add to the effect of this wonderful Pavlova. With the second half of the meringue, we'll just make the same thing on another lined baking sheet. Now we want to place these in the oven at 150 degrees Celsius, that's 300 Fahrenheit. We're going to bake these for about 45 minutes. Whilst the meringues are baking, there's a few things we can prep. I've got a block of milk chocolate, and we're just going to use the edge of a knife, and we'll just create some chocolate curls. Next up in a bowl, I've got about a pint of cream, which I've just whipped up nice and stiff. Into that, I'm going to add a little Kirsch or a Cherry Liqueur. I just think it really lifts it. You don't have to add this in. We're also going to add in a couple of tablespoons of powdered sugar just to sweeten this cream, a bit like a Chantilly cream. We're going French and German today. And I'm just going to gently mix that in. Don't overdo it. We don't want to split the cream. And just taste that. It should be absolutely delicious. Oh, set that aside in the fridge to keep it nice and chilled. These Morello cherries that I'm going to be using here, they come in a very light syrup, which is perfect. I can use this syrup to make a wonderful sort of rich sauce. In a small pan, I'm just going to add half a cup of caster sugar or superfine sugar and about a cup of that beautiful juice from the cherries. And don't worry if a few cherries get in there as well. That's perfect. And I'm actually going to add a few extra cherries in with the sauce. We're going to take this over to our stove top, and I want to heat this up until it comes to a rolling boil, and I just want to cook this for about 5 to 10 minutes until we get a wonderful syrup. Whoops, almost forgot. Also add in a shot of your Cherry Liqueur. A tip: when the meringues have actually finished cooking, just crack the oven door open and let them cool down. And don't bring them straight out and shock them, otherwise they will crack. Now these look absolutely gorgeous. They've got a lovely chocolate marbling in them. Fantastic. I want them to completely cool down now before we start assembling it. Now I've placed the first meringue down on my serving plate. I'm then going to take that lovely rich and slightly sweetened cream, and we're just going to dollop about half of this on top of that meringue. And just look at the gorgeous chocolate swirls that run through that meringue. I'm then going to place several cherries over the top of the cream. I'm then going to take the second meringue, gently lift that up. We're going to put the top meringue over the cherries and cream. Just give it a little wiggle to bed it down. And now take the rest of our cream and we're just going to place it over the top. Now if you look at this beautiful rich sauce that I made and how dark and luscious that looks, I want to take these cherries now and lay them across the top of the cream, and I don't mind if the actual cherry sauce runs and drips off. Now it wouldn't be a Black Forest Gateau without the beautiful shavings of chocolate. I just want to sprinkle, well not really sprinkle, I actually want to smother this with rich chocolate. Now I've gone for a light chocolate. If you prefer dark, I just prefer a milk chocolate with my Gateau. Now, did you stick with me to the end? Because now we're going to give this a try. And I hope you watched the crack pie recipe a couple of days ago that resulted in making this just with the leftover egg whites. This is going to be delicious. I'm hoping to encapsulate the perfect Pavlova and get a hint of that beautiful Black Forest Gateau. So let's see what we get. Here goes. Oh. Wow. That is like the lightest Black Forest Gateau. It's got all the right flavors you've ever had. The perfect Pavlova, so delicious. Black Forest Gateau flavor. You have to give this a try. I urge you to. We'll be making some more fun videos next weekend on Steve's Kitchen. And in the meantime, gotta go back in. Chocolate Pavlova as well, so good. In the meantime, share the love, be good, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.
I don't want